Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celsius 233, your go-to place for fiction book summaries. Today, we will turn the pages of Rilla of Ingleside by L.M. Montgomery. Rilla of Ingleside by Lucy Maud Montgomery, published in 1921, is the final installment in the beloved Anne of Green Gables series. Set against the backdrop of World War I, the novel follows Rilla Blythe, the youngest daughter of Anne Shirley Blythe, as she navigates the tumultuous journey from girlhood to womanhood. With themes of love, loss, patriotism, and resilience, Montgomery presents a moving account of how the war affects the residents of the small Canadian community of Glen St, bringing the harsh realities of global conflict close to home. Plot summary. In Glen St, nestled on the eastern shores of Canada, Rilla Blythe, youngest of the Blythe family, teeters on the cusp of 15. She is spirited, vain, and playful, and her dreams are entirely unburdened by the heavy news coming from Europe. While her brothers Jem, Walter, and Shirley speak of politics and loyalty, Rilla is preoccupied with her first party at Four Winds, imagining how the boys will look at her in her new dress and silver slippers. However, the night of her party is interrupted by whispers that England has declared war on Germany. Rilla, still breathless with excitement from her first dance, believes it a faraway problem, yet the weight of it soon drapes itself across her family and community, changing their lives in ways she cannot yet imagine. Soon, the town fills with rumors of enlistment, and young men across the country pledge themselves to the cause. Rilla's older brother Jem is among the first, driven by patriotism and a sense of duty. The Blythe family feels his absence acutely, and though Rilla is proud of Jem's bravery, her heart aches with worry. Susan Baker, their loyal housekeeper, clucks in disapproval but cannot stop her tears when Jem departs for the front, her sharp words concealing her affection for him. The news hits harder than anyone had anticipated, yet Glen St. is resolved to rally for the war effort. The women begin knitting socks, rolling bandages, and packing care kits to send overseas, finding purpose in the small ways they can contribute. Rilla's world, once dominated by dreams of dances and parties, shifts slowly toward responsibility. On a quiet evening, a chance encounter with a baby forever alters her life. Rilla stumbles upon an abandoned infant, the child of a soldier, left in dire straits with no one to care for it. In a bold and unexpected act, she decides to bring the baby home and raise it herself. She names him Jims, and though her parents are surprised, they allow her to care for him, recognizing the change it brings in her. The girl who once cared only for pretty dresses and social gatherings now wakes each night to Jims, cries, feeding and soothing him, her heart gradually filling with an unfamiliar sense of devotion. But the war's shadow stretches further than Rilla could ever have anticipated. Her cherished brother Walter, a sensitive soul and a poet, is consumed with a sense of dread. He feels compelled to join the war, despite his fear and hesitation. Rilla is tormented by the idea of losing Walter, her confidant and friend, and she pleads with him to stay. Yet Walter cannot ignore the pull of duty, haunted by a vision he once had of a spectral piper calling him to serve. When Walter finally departs, he leaves a poem for Rilla, a testament to his love for his family and home, and a promise that he will carry them with him to the trenches. In the midst of these trying times, Rilla experiences a profound personal struggle. She continues to care for Jims, who grows more attached to her each day, even as she battles her own pride and vanity. Rilla's journey is one of quiet heroism. She wrestles with doubt and fatigue, yet does not falter. In her loneliness, she finds solace in her growing friendship with Kenneth Ford, who had once been merely an attractive face at a party, but who now becomes her confidant. Their bond deepens as they share their fears and hopes, and Rilla discovers a steadiness within herself that had long lain dormant. Back home, news of the war trickles in, filling the Blythe family and their neighbors with unease. Letters arrive sporadically, bringing both joy and dread. There are occasional sightings of soldiers returning on leave, boys who look older and wearier than before. When the news comes of Walter's death in France, Rilla's world is momentarily shattered. Walter's sacrifice leaves a scar on the family, his absence a hollow reminder of the countless lives lost to the ravages of war. Rilla grieves deeply, but in his final letter, Walter leaves her with words of encouragement, imploring her to live a life filled with purpose, a gift he no longer has. Rilla, armed with Walter's words, finds new resolve. As the months roll by, she throws herself into the Red Cross efforts and other activities to support the soldiers, her heart now wholly invested in the welfare of those fighting abroad. She leads a campaign to raise funds for war bonds and organizes community efforts to gather supplies. Her former life of idle dreams and whims fades entirely, replaced by a fierce dedication to the causes around her. The war stretches on, testing the resilience of everyone in Glen St. Susan remains a steadfast figure at Ingleside, her hope buoyed by her humor and the strength of her love for the Blythes. Rilla, though often overwhelmed, perseveres, proving herself to be the woman her brother believed she could be. As the conflict drags on, there are moments of hope, fleeting as they may be. Small victories and the occasional return of loved ones light the days. At last, the war ends, and there is an outpouring of relief in Glen St. tempered by sorrow for those who will not return. As the town prepares to welcome its returning soldiers, Rilla faces a bittersweet goodbye to Jims. His father, having survived the war, arrives to reclaim him, and though the child has been a source of both worry and wonder, Rilla feels the ache of his absence deeply. She has become a mother in a sense, but now must let go. In the act of releasing Jims, she feels the closing of her childhood, a poignant acknowledgement of the woman she has become. As the Blythe family regathers, they count the empty seats but also celebrate the lives that were spared. Kenneth Ford, who has returned from his service, takes his place at Rilla's side, the quiet affection between them blossoming into something lasting. She has endured loss, heartbreak, and transformation, yet her spirit remains unbroken. Rilla Blythe has come into her own, her resilience and compassion shaping her into a beacon of hope for the future. This was just one chapter in Anne of Green Gables series. If you want more, check out the rest of the series by L.M. Montgomery. Details are below or on Celsius 233. Remember, while our summaries capture the essence, they can never replace the full experience of reading the book. If this summary intrigued you, consider diving into the complete story, buy the book, and immerse yourself in L.M. Montgomery's original work. Bye-bye, take care, have fun.